Hello and welcome to today's episode of TSARP. I'm your host, Andrew Weir, and today our special guests are Sam and Steven.
Hi.
Hi.
So we're back from winter break and ready to start podcasting again. I don't even know. We've had so many episodes. I think we're nearing 80. For a little while I was putting them in like the tweets I sent out, like what episode we were on. But then I realized I was doing the wrong episode number. I was one behind, so then it was totally off, and I don't really know what episode we're on. But as long as we know when we hit 100, we're fine. So, some of you might know, some of you might not. Tomorrow, the hackathon team for the Hauppauge Codin Eagles is going to be announced. Kind of nerve-wracking, especially because yeah, me too, Sam. We're all in the running, and I mean, anyone that goes to Hauppauge Middle School and is in 7th or 8th grade, you're also in the running. Not everyone, as long as you code and do the pathway. But yeah, it's nerve-wracking, I can say that. But Mr. Farrar said this himself. Himself, multiple of them, all of the Mr. Farrars. It's gonna be a hard decision, and some people are really good, but there's just so many people that are really good that it's very hard to narrow it down. And again, it's not just this year. There's always next year for 8th grade, or if you're already in 8th grade. There's all 4 years of high school, and after that, there's so many other hackathons you can do. They don't have to be Codin hackathons. And who knows, maybe Codin could start branching out and just do, like, open-to-anyone hackathons, which would be pretty cool.
That sounds fun.
Yeah, I would like that, yeah.
I talked to Dev recently, over Discord DMs. Actually, not DMs, just in a server. And he said there's a lot of ideas for, like, how they could expand. Right now, I think this wasn't a quote, this wasn't an interview, but he said something about maybe just branching out in general. They had a bunch of ideas, he didn't really share too many of them, but yeah, so he said they definitely were thinking about how they could expand to more people. Because they have run Codin hackathons just to the general public who had the passport, so not to schools, just anyone. They haven't done one recently. If they do one, I'll definitely tell anyone about it, share it on the podcast. But it would definitely be a cool idea to do that, and it would be fun.
Would be, yeah. That sounds exciting.
Yeah, and, Mr. Farrar, he's really smart. Let me just say that. But, he knows how to run a team, and he knows how to get the people who are trying out, really working their hardest, and that's why I think we've been so successful the past 2 years in the hackathons, coming in 2nd place in the junior last year, coming in 1st last year in the 6th grade, 1st in the 6th grade the year before that. And I think this could definitely be the year we get 2 trophies at once, if we definitely train that 6th grade team, and as long as we take home the victory too in the junior division, I think we could definitely do it. We've been trying very hard, and especially if other people that aren't on the team, you got to remember, are also good, help out. No matter if you're in 6th grade and couldn't try out for the team, or if you were in 7th or 8th grade and didn't make it, there's still a lot of things you can do to help out, like making sprite editor art to use in hatch games. You can do that. You could also make sprite editor art that will give us inspiration for the Python Mini. Now, of course, to clarify, anyone that does that cannot use that sprite editor art in a sprite editor challenge stated by Codin. But we could use it as art that, say, we just took from the internet. So yeah, trust me, we go through a lot of measures to make sure no cheating or anything is going on. But remember, if you don't make the team and you just want to help out, there are still a lot of things you can do that do not cross that line. Or maybe just coming up with some good strategies for the team, helping out in those areas, could be great. And even if you're not the 8 that go forward to the hackathon, we're all still a team. And, no one, like Mr. Farrar said, is set in place, Now, of course, it is getting very close to the deadline, so there's not a lot of time to, improve. But, yeah, definitely, still be working tonight if you're really trying hard for that hackathon. And, just getting as much done as you can, quality work, is very important.
working right now as we speak.
Yeah, Sam's
bro.
coding there, I'm doing this, I actually had a cool idea. Now, this has been thought up before, but I figured I would share it just because if I share this idea, then people will be like, oh, that's really cool, you should keep doing that, and kind of force me to do it, because I know that I'm going to end up not, finishing it, and if other people are there to keep me on task, then that would be good. So I had this idea. Now, I think other people might have had it in the past. Other people have given me this idea, too. I think either you, Sam, or Joseph, or one of you said it. But I'm going to try to make Hatch in Python, which sounds crazy. Which it is crazy, but it's not like Hatch in Python. My idea is to use processing, and anyone can do this if you want. You can take my idea, because I'll most likely not finish it. But make Hatch in Python by basically, for every Hatch block, make a function in processing that will do that. And then you can copy, paste it, and use all those blocks I gave you. And I think it could be a pretty cool project. I don't know how far I can get, because there's just some things in Hatch that I don't think can be done, even with the craziest of functions and processing. But that's a project idea I've had for a little while, and I might start working on it. If I don't, then I guess it's just not going to happen. Any of you can take that idea, any of you can use it, and just, if you do it, and if you get pretty far into it, share it with us. We can take a look at it. But yeah, I figured I'd share that, because I've been coming up with these project ideas and don't always have the time to do them. Also, don't have the skill to do some of them. This one could get pretty crazy. So I figured I would share it. And yeah, tomorrow we'll definitely announce who made the team. And don't stress, because if you stress, then you're gonna be up all night. You're not gonna get a good sleep. And school is tomorrow. It's not like we're off and we can just wait until it gets announced. Also, I asked for clarification from Mr. Farrar on the exact time that the team will get announced, and he said he doesn't know. He kind of joked by saying it will be 11:59.9999999. But
Doesn't exist.
yeah, exactly. So I don't know. But we definitely, hopefully, will have the news by the time we film this episode for tomorrow. We've been doing more episodes on the day they get released for days like this, where the information is released that day and we want to get it out to you that day. So yeah, hopefully one of us makes the team. So we
That
can
would be
share.
really embarrassing if none of us do.
Yeah, it would be pretty sad. Also, there's a race for captain on the team too. Now, there's a lot of speculation on who meets the criteria. I'm not gonna name names. I'm not gonna say, especially throughout this whole video, I did not say who's gonna make it, or my opinion, because everyone's really good. Everyone brings a different skill set. But the main debate is, will they allow 7th graders in the running? And the question is, that's the question, will they allow 7th graders? But the question is, there's a lot of questions, is it about skill, or is it about age? And I think it's really a mix of both. The older you are, the more experience you have, which has been said before, that experience isn't the main factor. It's a package of everything. But is it experience and knowing the strategies and knowing how to lead, or is it having the skills to help out your teammate and do all this? So everything goes into account when picking a captain, and that's why I'm not that's why I'm happy I'm not the one doing it, and that it's Mr. Farrar and Ms. Thompson, Ms. Monaco, and Mr. Ditzel that all go into that, because I could not pick, really. I could not pick who gets on the team, because there are so many good people at Hauppauge, and so many people that have been on the team for years that just are getting taken over, I guess I would say, because there's a lot of good 7th graders, and I'm scared next year, because there's going to be even better 6th graders that make the team, or that will be 7th graders that we'll have to compete with, which is kind of a scary thought. But yeah, that's all the news wrapped up into a 10-minute nutshell. So yeah, we'll keep you updated tomorrow on everything that is going on, and hopefully by then we will have the news to share. Thanks for listening, and we will see you in the next episode. Bye-bye.
See you later.
Sam didn't say goodbye again.
Yes, I did!
Bye-bye.